About 22 degrees in here, or 71 if you're into Fahrenheit. The heater just shut off, the radiant, which is up here on the wall, and it keeps the shop really toasty warm. We'll just take the thermometer off and we'll take it out and stick it in the tent and see what temperature it is out there. So I'll head on out to the tent. This is spring break. Lion freaking weatherman told me that it was going to be kind of nice this week, and central of the province, south of us, there were snow warnings last night, and there even was a forecast of snowfall here today. Fortunately, I think we're going to bypass that, but it's minus 13, or I think that's about 19 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's too cold to be out here. But there's stuff that I need to do inside the tent, so let's see if my idea works. Temperature, it's already 0 on this thermometer. It's been out of the shop for 20 seconds. It's already dropped down to just about 0, and I imagine it'll drop down to about minus 10, which is what I think it is out here. Okay, this thing's been out here for about 3 minutes. It's about minus 3. I think that the actual temperature is closer to minus 10, so this will probably keep falling. But as you can see, I've got this little buddy heater, and I'm not sure how much propane is in that tank. I'll have to see if I have another tank full, but I think that this Mr. Buddy heater will probably heat this place a little bit. One of the problems with the tent, however, is that when the wind blows, that door puckers. And there's a channel in there for some wood, which I haven't put in yet, but I guess I'm going to have to get around to that because it keeps doing this. And if I heat the air up in here, all that's going to happen with that door billowing out like that is that I'm going to lose all my heat. Anyway, there's the little buddy heater. It's supposed to heat up to 500 square feet. This tent's about 240. Alright, I figured I'd lose a little bit too much heat, so I've filled these pockets at the bottom of the Shelter Logic doors with just PVC conduit. It's not so heavy that if the wind grabs it, it's not going to rip everything apart, but it weighs the door down and they stop flapping. Yesterday I tried my little buddy. My little buddy is not my little buddy anymore. I think since the last time I used it, some damn spiders deposited eggs in the gas tube, so I can't get it to light. And it wasn't, at first it was propane, but I tried this bottle, and this bottle's full, and it's still not working. I had to resort to drastic measures. So this is also a little Mr. Heater. It's small, just like the little buddy, but this little sucker here will put out 85,000 BTU. Now I'm going to show you what happens. It's about minus 10 outside. It's going to warm up faster than yesterday. The high's going to be higher, but also the sun's out. Yesterday was really cloudy. And you can see that it's about minus 10 in here. So it's a little bit on the cool side. I'm going to move these propane bottles outside, and then I'm going to fire this thing up. And yesterday, this place went from about 0 to 10 degrees in less than 10 minutes. To the point I had to shut the heater off because I was starting to sweat. So that'll probably happen again today. And what happens is when the doors are all zipped up, especially since I've weighed down the bottoms with the PVC pipe, the air gets trapped in the top here and it stays fairly warm for a while. So I got work to do out here and I want it to stay warm for a while. I think that this little heater here might be the solution to my problems, because I'd sure like to get that new table saw in here. Well, antique table saw. Alright, so let me get set up, and then we'll monitor what happens when I fire this little bugger up. In a couple minutes it's been running. I started out being able to see my breath, and now I can't. You can see it's already -4 in here. So in a couple minutes it's come up 6 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. Now it's -2. And I can feel the air in the top of the tent is really starting to warm up. So it's going to be cooler near the floor, but at the top of the tent it's going to be nice. It's getting toasty in here. I'm Canadian, so zero's toast. And normally that propane bottle should be outside, so for those of you that feel the need to comment about the propane bottle being on the inside, the ice outside this thing is pretty bad, and the last thing I want to do when I'm trying to shut it off, if I need to shut it off in a hurry, is to fall and break my neck. So for that reason I've left the bottle inside temporarily. Anyway, so I've been really happy with this thing. I paid like $269 for it, which seems like a lot. It's a heck of a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But it certainly is a lot faster working than the little buddy. The little buddy I would have had to expect to run it all day long. But this thing here, I can run it for 20-30 minutes, heat it up in here and shut it down, which is good because this extension cord, I need that for my saw that I'm going to start running here right away. But it certainly is, it's warm enough in here now that my hands aren't going to be so cold that they hurt. Okay, about 15 minutes I've been running that, and I'm almost at 6 degrees. So I've gone from -10 to 6 Celsius, so it's what is it, 43 or 44 degrees. That tank will run 8 hours, constant, non-stop. So if I run this thing, you know, for 10 minutes, 6 times a day, I should be able to get over a week off of that one tank of propane.